Tell me with Joe, you reckon Drive It Gone. Now, tell me about the film.
Oh, well, it's what is it? It's a silent mystery thriller. Ooh, set in the desert.
I'm already hooked.
Yeah, great. It's it's been playing pretty well around the world. So this is our UK premiere.
Yep.
We're really thrilled you guys selected it.
You're UK.
I'm actually UK.
I can get a penny before the UK. What's going on?
You know what? That's true. That's true. Actually, I'm currently living in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And the film was shot there. All the posts done over here, though.
Yeah?
And we kind of look for the right place.
So you went to an American premiere show.
We have an American premiere. Well, we actually, our world premiere is at France Spa.
Wow, years old. That's awesome. I feel like you're kind of a big deal. I should be talking to you. So I'm up for your aging first.
So then you say, this is my first film. Just get great people around you. It's been a really good experience.
So why silent, first of all?
You know what? It's a film that it's a mystery first and foremost, and it slowly reveals itself, like the story, the characters, why they're there, what's happening, and it's kind of a challenge for everyone, a puzzle to put together. And I thought dialogue would only disturb that. Really, you could have a lot of fun with sound and the dialogue is only answers, isn't it? And
You're basically like, if I want to make a film, let's make it really hard for myself immediately. Day one, like, no words.
Yeah, it's true. It was very difficult. But also, I think, sound mix is probably the most expensive person to have set. So
is it?
If we get rid of what...
No, that's good.
Well, they're the ones that, not necessarily offer, they're helping kind. So,
what were the challenges about making, let's say, in 2025, a silent film over a usual dialogue shot?
You know what? I think the editor will tell you it's probably one of the most difficult. It's very, very challenging because you really have to make sure you get the beats, and some of them we didn't. So you have to manufacture in post the rewrite. But it is difficult because understanding behavior in the dark, first and foremost, there was just a lot of challenge. But I just worked with the actor to really bring all that out. Our lead is Eric Lampaert, who is actually a comedian, right? A French comedian, and this is a very dramatic role, but a very physical role. He's kind of extremely talented, sort of clownesque, physical actor, and he really helped, bring out meaning. Yeah, that was in the script and necessarily easy to convey.
So you go back 100 years when Gums didn't have sound. The acting was all very exaggerated. It was very much like, we have to make this very obvious. And I'm like, maybe it might not play now. How did you get around that?
So I think I used genre. I think the audience are really well versed now. So I think you can give them an image and they already come with something and expect, and then you can flip those expectations, kind of surprise. But I think that's the hook. And for people to feel like they're understanding what's happening, and then you check.
Was that an important part of it? Like, people understanding it?
So what am I actually trying to do with it? The main thing was that it's a ride. I wanted it to be an emotional ride. So the main thing was, I suppose that the source of it came, because I came from the UK, and during a very sort of toxic political time, went to the US, which was extremely stressful. And I thought, let's make a film that's equally stressful. That's what the people would want. Not, but it does kind of represent this kind of, when you come with certain expectations of, the genre film of bad guys and who's bad and who's not, and to put yourself in their shoes to slowly understand, perhaps that's not what the story is, and to empathize. I think that's something cinema is really, prone to do. And so that's kind of what I wanted to do, was try to all these sort of binary opposites of what's right and wrong, to kind of just challenge. And I had challenges above it, but that's what I'm trying to do. Have an enjoyable ride emotionally.
It must be harder to make things obvious with no words. To be so definite about a specific point of view.
Well, that's the thing, is that the film doesn't really also give all the answers. You see, it doesn't. Again, I keep saying, but steps you bring a lot of yourself to it, and to look for clues in the dark. And so
I did look for clues in the dark is my favorite quote of all weekend. So that's so cool.
Yeah. So, but it is difficult. But again, you've got every element. You've got the cinematography, the lights, and the sound and performances, and the edit, which that you just have to kind of. It's strange. It is like it's orchestral, isn't it? You try to use like a score, but not all the way through, and then we'll bring the silence, and that's where you kind of realize it's kind of that's where the ride.
It's funny, you were there from the last film. I asked a question myself about how important silence was to a movie. Because I think that builds tension more than sound, because sound's comfortable. In a silent movie, how important is sound versus silence?
Oh, it is. It's really important, because I suppose with score, I'm always a fan of a score that kind of complements the emotion, not necessarily tells you what it should be.
Yeah.
So bringing that in and taking it away, and when you're in a desert that's endless, sound can really help you, get inside someone's head. Even there's a lot you can go in, go far away, and it's using breath is something that we use. The entire performance, because we didn't have a sound mixer in the desert, but we did get an ADR performance. So we had our actor in booth. I mean, if you see it, his whole performance is grunts and snarls and running, and observing that, in a booth was pretty cool.
His blood sip.
Oh, but he really went there. It's like
The behind the scenes stuff must be wild.
Yeah. It was a strange afternoon. But yeah, again, trusting your sound designer to when to bring things in now. Yeah, I was really, really fortunate that as soon as one great person signed that, it's a state of faith. We're like, oh well, if they're helping, that would be great. And suddenly there's a great Farrell helping Appies. I was really, really lucky with the people that came in.
So you've done that now. You've done a silent movie.
Mm-hmm.
Will your next one be silent? Have you thought, done that now? Moving on. It's 2 hours. I'm moving.
No. Now it's dialogue, which I'm equally scared of. Yeah. That's the next one. That's a mother-daughter relationship drama on the beach. They're bonding over discussing death.
It doesn't speak to you, actually. I've been doing these interviews all weekend. I've been asking everyone, and I will ask you at the end advice about filmmakers. And one that really stuck with me is they said, make a film silently, a full thing, start, middle, and end, and then add dialogue. Because if you can make it work silently, you can make it work even more with dialogue. As a man who's made a silent film, does that make sense? Does that resonate? How's it work?
Completely. And actually, my career before this I've been in post-production as a first assistant editor in commercials. So commercials are very much a great sample for telling a story, visually, quickly, really getting to the heart of it. And I suppose I really like the idea of a film that could be understood universally, or take dialogue away if it works. That's really rare.
Do you feel that it could be understood universally? What are the universal elements that really work?
I think it's very much about the ripple effects of violent facts and the sort of the danger of machismo and also when you do the right thing, that there's trauma still, even if it's the right thing, and doing the right thing's hard. And I think that's something that I like to take away.
So do you think that the right thing is universal? Because for me personally, the right thing changes country to country.
Yeah. I don't want to give away any.
But if they watch the film,
I'm hoping that there's very specific. That's not right.
Yeah, absolutely. So you might have a bit of a clue now to give it away earlier. And one thing, advice-wise, you give to filmmakers, you're not allowed to say just do it. I've had that loads.
Yeah.
What piece of advice should you give?
Not just do it. No. That is a good question, and I should probably have come.
Not my first rodeo.
Yeah, it seems like it's my first. It is about surrounding yourself with people, but people only come. I think you really need to know the story you're telling. So, really understand what you're trying to say, and I think that's when, and then surround yourself with people who know more about more than you. I love to paint.
I love that. I live my life like that. If you surround yourself with certain things, that's what you get back, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I was trying to learn, you surround yourself with people who know more.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you do that? How do you find the people who know more and surround yourself with them? Because that, knowing that's the easy bit. How you do it?
Yeah, and this is how to do it. Well, I mean, coming to film festivals like this, meeting, networking. I followed my partner who went to film school in the US. I kind of went and kind of jumped on all of her friendship groups and tried to go to any screening I could. And, if anyone wanted to read my very short script, the first pages, so the film's 7, the script's 3. So it's like people might take a gander at that. But yeah, I'd say I was fortunate in that I think we bonded over our mutual love of, horror genre films, and, they liked the references.
I have to say that's my best piece of advice all weekend. Don't spend loads of money and time and effort going to film school. Seduce someone who did. Easy as that. Oh yeah. Seduce someone who did. They did it. You just piggyback on them.
Yes.
You make a word. Them seriously. Yeah. Not to be reductive. I'm sorry about that. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate it. Day Nolan is in full swing. If you happen to join us this year, join us next year. Thank you so much.
And thank you.